live stream now. I'm gonna mute it. Oh.
So great to see so many familiar faces. This is a very auspicious day for us here at Colorado Alliance Martial Arts. We have had a number of tests throughout the years where we've had one individual testing for high rank of black belt of a 4th degree, 5th degree, or 6th degree. This is the first time that we've had 5 individuals going for that rank at the same time. So yeah, show them a hand for that. I would see people from all over that I used to teach from the time they were kids, and now they're adults, they have children, and I feel very good today. But what I also feel today is I feel very proud. These 5 individuals have been with me as students for going on 30 years.
Or since they were born.
One of my son was born, exactly. And they're not only very, very, very good martial artists, very, very good martial artists, they're great instructors, they're most importantly great people. And they're really part of some of my closest friends and people that I feel the closest to. So their journey here was not easy. Each one of them has had an individual story that has brought some difficulty for them to get to this point right here. And during the course, they've asked me to say a few words for them. I'm not sure if I'm doing that because they wanted to hear nice things said or because they wanted a break. I haven't figured that out yet. But what we're going to be doing during the course of this is you're going to be hearing some of the things about their path and how we got them here. One of the things we always say is that no one gets a black belt by themselves. So even myself, as I've gone through this journey for the last 5 decades, I've had instructors that have guided me, mentors that have guided me, and I've had people like these 5 that have helped me to be the person I am as an instructor, and then they have literally guided thousands of students throughout their careers. So this is an incredibly, as I said, auspicious day for us today. And what you're going to be seeing is you're going to be seeing techniques, forms, patterns, self-defense techniques from 1st degree all the way to 5th degree black belt. And I'll be doing my best this morning to explain what they're doing, and then each one of them is also going to be coming up and giving a talk about their martial art journey and how they got to this point. Now, the only thing I've asked of you is that when you see something that you like, that you clap. Okay? There you go, right on cue. Right? So what you want to do is you want to let them know, because there's going to be times during this test that they're going to be taxed. There's going to be times during this test they have to push through, and you cheering them on and them knowing that not only people that are their students, but also their loved ones that they're supporting them means an absolute world to them. Does that make sense? Yes. So let's try this out. Let me check it out a little bit. When I count to 3, I want you to clap. Ready? 1, 2, 3. That was good. On a scale of 1 to 10, that was about 4. All right, let's try it again. This time you can make some noise with your voice too, right? Ready? 1, 2, 3. That's good. This time I want you to cheer. I almost want to see spittle coming out. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Stand up, please. Okay. Let's get started. Yes, sir. Traditional basics. 3. Stepping forward, front punch. Ready? Begin. Stepping back, low block, reverse punch. Go! High block, high punch. Go! Inside block, double punch. Go! Outside inner forearm block. Shift, reverse punch. Go! Reverse punch. Go! Diamond shape block, Johnny Kumaki. Front kick, moving forward. Go! Inside block, scoop block, punch. Go! Yushin combo. Go! Keep combo. Go! Move to position for Koryo Kumse. Sir! So we just saw was basic and intermediate and advanced, what we would call line drills, traditional forms. Next we'll be doing the first down form, first degree black belt form, called Koryo Kumse. Koryo Kumse. Chore! Chonye! Three! Koryo Kumse, ready position. Begin! So this will be now a demonstration of a weapon called the bow. So what's very interesting about martial art weaponry is if you go back into the days of feudal Okinawa in Japan, the peasants at the time were not allowed to carry weapons. So what they began to do is they began to design and utilize their farm implements as weapons. So the bow, or staff in English, would be a walking stick, where you could be carrying two buckets on either side to carry water. The nunchaku, the nunchuck that a lot of people know, was actually used to thrash grain. The tonfa, which is a form, was used to smash grain and to mill it that way. So when you're watching these techniques, think about this, go back in history, and think about people having just plain walking sticks and being able, or having to defend themselves and utilizing the staff in that manner. Come in! Chonye! Ready position. Tokyo no Mino no Kunda. Tokyo no Mino no Kunda. Begin. things about martial arts is how it can become literally a lifetime activity. You know, back in the dark ages when I started, kids weren't really part of the martial arts scene. It wasn't until the 1980s when the Karate Kid movie came out. Anyone old enough to remember those movies? Right? Wax on, wax, not the one with Jackie Chan, by the way, the real one, right? And so after that, what happened is there was an inundation of kids that started coming to martial arts schools. And so now as many of our martial arts schools actually have a preponderance of young children. And so Kirk started back when he was around 6 years old. In fact, many of the things I'm going to share with you, he couldn't even remember. He had to ask his mom last night in order to remember this information. So from what he tells me is that he initially was in ice hockey. And that was going to be his sport, but then the family realized that they'd like to go up into the mountains every weekend to ski, so that's when all the hockey games would be, so they needed to find another activity for him. So they found martial arts, and he first started with the American Taekwondo Association here in the Denver area, and then later moved on to a school called Unified Taekwondo, which both Master Harmel and Master Teresa also have their roots in. So what's so great about thinking about Kirk and his martial art journey is he started as many of our young kids do, but he just continued to show up. And many times it's not about being the most gifted and being the person that has the greatest skill, not that he doesn't have skill, but it's just about the people that just keep showing up. And when we're able to take those lessons in our lives and apply them into the rest of our lives, our martial art learning into our rest of our lives, now we begin to make a tremendous impact in the world. So Kirk has not only been teaching martial arts since he was a teenager, but then he went on and did missionary work abroad. He went to college, got his teaching degree, and now he's able to take what he's learned in martial arts as an instructor, and he's now teaching high school. God bless him. Right? So now he's able to do that. And so it's actually an honor to have you in the session. In fact, as I recall, was it Master Hummel, your first instructor? One of your first instructors, and now you're getting to test your fifth after with him. All right, excellent. Stand up, sir. Chore, Chongye. Let's give him a hand. Okay, let's do some kickboxing. Chore, Chongye. So what we attempt to do here at the Colorado Alliance of Martial Arts is to do a blended version of martial arts. So Taekwondo is our base, but what we attempt to do is pull from different disciplines so we create a more well-rounded martial artist. So we're going to be seeing now our techniques from the martial arts, basically of Muay Thai kickboxing. You're going to be seeing combination of hand movements, defensive movements, and when you see them kick to the legs, it's not because they can't kick any higher. It's literally in Muay Thai, it's a target hitting the radial nerve on the side, which they call chopping down the tree. And if you've ever gotten a Charlie horse, like when you ran into your end table at home, think about having someone's shin driven in. That's what that technique does. So we're going to be going through something called the UBBT 12, which originates from a program I did decades ago called the Ultimate Black Belt Test. Chongye. All right, guarded stance. All right, partner ready. 1 through 4. 1 through 4. Go. Good. Partner B2. Partner B. Okay, 5 through 8. 5 through 8. Go. All right, let's pick up the pace. On your own, go.
Ready? Ready? 12!
Good job, gentlemen. Very good. Massachusetts. Now, one of the elements of their testing is I ask each of them when they're going for advanced rank to actually create part of their own testing. So there are certain things that we have as items that everyone has to, compulsory items, but then we also have them create elements. And one of the pieces that Master Teresa wanted to do this time is to include her students. So at this time, she's going to have Karen Chapman, John Taylor, and Nicole Davidson help her out. Now, Karen is already a black belt of ours, but John and Nicole, this is their first black belt testing, and it happens to be a 53 black belt testing. So go ahead, take it away.
All right, I want to thank you guys for being so supportive and helping me through it.
DJ?
Mute?
Yep.
Who sees you breaking? Ma'am? Master Teresa? Face front, correct? Chungye. Board holder, set for sidekick. So what we're going to be doing on this this portion of the test is when our people are tested for first degree black belt with us, they have a number of compulsory techniques that they have to do. They have to do a side kick, an elbow break, and then a turning back kick break. And they just get one attempt to do that. And then they also have a creative break of their own that they're going to demonstrate. So what the master candidates have opted to do this time is they're going to do those same breaks, but they're doing it with their non-dominant side. So I think all of them are right-handed, they're going to be doing left leg, left arm, and then they're each going to be doing a creative break. All right? So everyone should be. Sit back, guard stance. Side kick. Go. Okay, next, prepare for elbow, the in-2-beat position. Guard stance. Go. Set up the turning back kick. 준비. Sit back, guarding stance. Go. Okay, take a knee. Master Justice, what do you got?
45-degree axe kick start.
When you're ready. Master Jason, what do you have?
Slide up, hook kick with the left, sir.
Yes, sir. Go. Good, go.
Jump front kick, sir. See. All the way through guard.
What do you have?
Pump up round kick, sir.
Face your board holder. Chungye. Face front, commit. Chungye. Very good. Have a seat, Master Justice, you're up.
So when we were through this process, one of the things that we thought about is each one of the candidates is going to come up and talk about a lesson or something that they learned going through their martial arts journey. And I started martial arts when I was 5 years old. So it's been 36 years if we go back on that one. But when we were training at FMAC at the Peak of Family Martial Arts Center, we had a rocking demonstration team. I would venture to say the best in the state. We would go to tournaments and compete. We did Nuggets halftime show. We performed every belt testing, and it was so much fun. But we also had just amazing people on our team. And it wasn't the athletics that made them amazing. It wasn't the slip kicks or the backflips or whatever there was. They were just amazing people. And so one of the demonstration team practices, we decided to honor a different demonstration team member each and every time who was showing perseverance, not giving up, pushing through. And so we decided to give them a trophy, right? Who doesn't like a trophy, right? A big old trophy? No. What we gave them was not that sound. It was a white belt. Because if you've been in martial arts before, no matter what degree rank you are, everybody starts with this belt. And one of the things that we have in martial arts is a black belt is a white belt that never gave up. And so what we did is we took this belt and we took a Sharpie, and if you got the belt for the week, you had to sign your name on the belt, right? And then the next week, another person would get the belt, they get to sign their name on it, and so on and so forth, okay? And this belt started out light, but after a year, guess what color it was? It was a black belt, right? And it wasn't because they were amazing athletes. It wasn't because they were able to do all these flips and tricks, because, like Master Nancy said, they were amazing people. And so, at the end of the test, I would love everybody here to sign this black belt with the Sharpie. The lesson that I learned in my life, and hopefully you can take back to your lives, is everybody has a different black belt in their lives. If you're in elementary school, maybe it's your math test that's coming up. right? Maybe it's a grade you want to achieve. That's your black belt. As an adult, when you go into the working world, and you want to work hard, and you want to do what you love, that's your black belt. And so today, at the end of the test, I hope you'll stick around and sign my black belt for me. Very good. Candidates up.
Yes, sir.
Okay, advanced speaking techniques. Face front, flip. Chungye. Face inside, flip. Chungye. 3. Here we go. Front kick, front kick. Finish with a double punch. Go. Front kick, round kick. Front kick, round kick. Go! Back leg round, step up hook kick. Back leg round, step up hook kick. Go! Next, step in, back kick, switch step. Then step in, back kick. Go! Side kick, turn it back kick. Side kick, turn it back kick. Go! Step in, spin hook kick, done 6 times. Ready? Go! Back leg round, spin hook kick. Back leg round, spin hook kick. Go! Put it! Chungye. Good, face front, tip. Chungye. All right, to the corners for running flying kicks. Pat, hold us up. Come on, gentlemen. Steven, stand to the side. Okay, are we ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, running jump front kick. Running jump front kick. Go! Go! Okay. Good job, Emily. Let's see. Master Terry, you're on the hot seat.
Sir?
Take it easy, please. So, sir, may I ask, how long have you been training in martial arts? It's math, I know.
It's a little over 30 years.
A little over 30 years. And may I ask, how old are you?
64.
64. So, over the years, I've really gotten to know Master Terry Harmon quite well. He and I actually did some work together from a coaching relationship when you're getting ready for your 4th degree test. And what many of you don't know about him is he is a prolific writer. In fact, part of his work that we did together was to publish your first science fiction novel, as well as a number of short stories, which was done, correct? Right. Give me a hand. If any of you have ever attempted to write a book or written a book, you know how challenging that can be. Now, one of the things that I know, absolutely know about Master Harmon is he has a tremendous heart. If you ever watch him, he is this wonderful combination of strength and gentleness when he teaches. And in watching him teach a class, there's always something that I realize is that he's incredibly adept at seeing the student that is having some difficulty, seeing the student that is struggling, and being able to go to that person and gently put their hand on the shoulder and encourage them. And that is a gift, because many times people understand the physical attributes of teaching. They know how to teach someone how to turn their hip or put their arm in a certain position, but they don't really know how to get to the heart of the person. And when you're able to do that, that's when you can make lasting impact on people. Now, I alluded to before that you were one of Master Kirk's first instructors when he came unified. I also understand that you were Master Teresa's mentor when she tested for a first degree black belt at your old school as well. And so I just want to, as I've been saying with everyone, is after 30 years of not only practicing martial arts, what he's also been able to do is a tremendous job of giving back and being able to make an impact on those literally certain generations. And what's so great about Master Harmon as well is he doesn't just stop with Taekwondo. You'll be seeing demonstrations later on in the martial arts of Kali, as well as he's very heavy into Jeet Kune Do. So what he's been able to do is take his martial arts knowledge and passion and turn it into continuing to always be a student, because that's what we know mastery is all about. It's not just perfection of technique, it's being a perpetual student and giving back. Thank you so much. Very good, very good. All right, we're going to do some form. You're going to be doing some of the second degree curriculum. This is a second degree form called Yuan. Yuan. Come here. Come here.
Yes, sir.
Three. Yuan, ready position. Begin.
Very good. Let's scream up.
Correct? Come in.
Some,
So, you notice that they all have six. So, we're going to be doing something with that. This is the martial art of the Eskrima. It is a Filipino martial art, and you'll be seeing a more advanced version of this later on with Master Harmel. We'll be doing some. But this is a basic flow pattern that we teach our first degree black belts. We're going to be seeing first an element called trace, which is you'll see 3 continuous movements. And then we have something that I learned years ago in my travels when I was training with friends in Hawaii, and they appropriately called it the coconut. So, face one another, correct, come and begin. Very good. Second reward rating. Master Kirk, you're up first. Master Kirk, after you get him set up, take the mic and explain who's here.
Okay, so we are moving on to speed breaking, and for my speed break, I will be doing 4 tornado kicks in a row, suspended with my left foot.
yes, sir. Amazing.
Five suspended breaks.
I'm gonna try to make this work again coming up. I'm gonna do a spin hook kick here, reach in here, and flying hooks here. When you're ready.
Thank you, sir. Massachusetts time.
Sure.
Sir, I'm gonna need some lighter fluid.
That's not allowed.
I'll identify my words. Yep. I'm going to be doing a really super fast, speedy rich hand break with the water. No one will be on fire.
Master Justice,
Yes, sir.
do you want to explain this or you want me to?
You want me to, or you
After you get, if you're ready to go. Stand behind him, Stephen. Stand behind him.
So the idea for these breaks was to show a progression of speed braking. So what you're going to see here is I'm going to do a suspended spin hook kick. Jason's going to step up, do the same thing. Immediately I'm going to do a step-in spin hook. And then Jason's going to follow me, and then immediately followed by step-in jump spin hook kick.
And tell him why it's suspended. Target.
So suspended is a little bit more difficult. Since there's no holder on the bottom, if you don't go fast enough, the board just moves. So you need to spin your body as fast as you can and put the board in the right place. So fingers crossed.
Very good.
Come in.
This on.
Try it again, closer.
Would you sing to us, please?
So everybody comes to the black belt in different ways. So after I achieved my 4th-degree black belt, I ended up getting into a car accident and having a brain injury. So if anybody else has had a TBI in here or a few concussions at the same time, you might know what I'm talking about. Have you ever walked into a room and you forgot when you were there? Raise your hand.
It was this morning.
And this morning, every time I spin, my brain has to reset, and I have the chance of forgetting exactly where I am. I would not be here today if it wasn't for y'all, these gentlemen and ladies over here, my support staff. So, for a long time, after the accident, I couldn't teach. So you would have seen me around school like this. Because I couldn't function. It was too much. So what I really want to say, first of all, I hope there are doctors in the room, other than Dr. Keaton, but he's a virologist, I'm saying, that you can do anything. Any of us can do anything. We just do it slightly differently. So you're going to see some of the weird ways I do things and the unusual things that they can do that I cannot do, and I'm okay with that. So if anything, take this lesson into your lives, like whatever stops you, whatever keeps you from doing something that you really want to do, find a way to do it. Find a workaround. Find people to support you. Find somebody to have your back. Thank you.
So as I said, it's our intention within our curriculum to not only have traditional Taekwondo as our base, but to also pull from other martial arts. So my lineage comes in the martial art Taekwondo, which is there were 9 original schools of Taekwondo. And the one that my instructor comes from is called the Chungmupan. And so before the name of Taekwondo even existed, in the 40s and the 50s, Taekwondo wasn't around until 1955, April 15th of 1955. You had different schools of martial arts. Odo Kwan, Jido Kwan, Buddha Kwan, Chungmupan. So the man who headed up the Chungmupan, Namsuk Lee, is my Taekwondo instructor, Jake Lee's instructor. And then I'm his student. So that's the lineage there. The other piece of lineage that I'm very proud of is with a man that some of you may know if you even have a small interest or knowledge of martial arts, is a man named Bill Superfoot Wallace. So, Bill Wallace, okay? So Grandmaster Wallace was my boyhood idol. I saw him win his first world championship September 14th of 1974, and I remember watching it as an 11-year-old and saying, one day I'm going to kick just like him. Now, I never achieved that, but I'm still trying. I was just with him last week and said, well, until he's 78 in 2 weeks, and he's still in the full side splits, and he was kicking me in the head repeatedly. Just think of your grandparents who do that, right? So anyway, we have in our lineage the Superfoot system. I happen to be the vice president of the Superfoot system as well as the director of black belt testing. And all of our black belts here that are demonstrating also have their black belt ranking in the Superfoot system. And so what Master Jason and Master James are going to be demonstrating right now are some intermediate and advanced Superfoot combinations, and then we're going to have the other candidates do the same. Come in! Come in! Very good. Face each other. Come in! Come in! All right, Superfoot stance. Here we go. Jab and the side kick. Go! Jab it around that skip. Double round skip. Go high. Go high. Take side kick and a hook kick. Take side kick and a hook kick. Hook kick, round kick. Hook kick, round kick. share with you is the name Superfoot comes from the fact that Grandmaster Wallace had a major knee injury when he first started, actually before he started Okinawan Karate, in Okinawa actually. And so he could only kick with one leg. And as a result of that, he had to develop just his front leg in order to use it in that way. Now, the reason they called him Superfoot is because he developed such precision with it and speed that he could kick someone in the head from the floor to their head at speed over 60 miles per hour. Okay? I've been hit by those. It doesn't feel good. Now, I'm going to let you in on a little secret, just between us. Is that okay? He doesn't necessarily like this story, but I think I'll share it with you. So, how did he get the name Superfoot? It's not like my mom thinks that he's Bigfoot. That's not how he got his name. He got his name because his manager was at a Los Angeles Lakers basketball game and went to the concession stand and saw super foot-long hot dogs on display and gave them the name. That's how legends are born, folks. Okay. All right, very good. Now, is he going to be joining us for this? Now, there's a little story behind this. So when Karen tested for her Superfoot black belt back in October of 22, she got done with the test, which is a very challenging test. Am I right? Very challenging test. She and Massachusetts partners, they were kicking each other all over the gym. And then we found out a couple weeks later that, how many months pregnant were you? 6. She was 6 months pregnant and didn't know. So, her son has actually already passed his black belt test. All right, very good. Okay, let's go, guys. Please come. Come in. And come again. Face each other. Come in. Come again. All right, here we go. First combination, jab, side kick, cross hook. Okay. My name is Drew Vitzatola. I am the ranking, I guess, senior Inosanto affiliate for Denver, for Colorado. Trained Terry and Kurt, helped them get both into Inosanto. Drew Inosanto is a legend in terms of martial arts, and he's also a pioneer in terms of Filipino martial arts, which is called extreme awareness. So what you're going to see right now is an example of that. College extreme awareness, there's a lot of different weapons. We have staffs, we have swords. Most people know it from stick fighting. So what you see from Master Kurt and Master Arnold is going to be stick and knife. So you're going to use both weapons in this demonstration right now.
Sir, can you explain to everyone who again is relative to Bruce Lee?
Yes. So Mr. Inosanto was one of the three people that Bruce Lee, here he is, Bruce Lee, he created something called Jeet Kune Do. And Jeet Kune Do is a way to pierce up your fist. Mr. Inosanto was one of the three people he said, you could teach my system, my concepts. He went on to do that after Bruce's death and continued to develop his lineage. So he's Filipino. And from the time he was 8 years old, was in the Filipino community. And he learned Filipino martial arts. He brought that to America and really popularized that as well. So not only is he the top student for Jeet Kune Do for Bruce Lee directly, who I got to study amazingly, he also is a huge influence and component of Filipino martial arts, which is slowly American around the world.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, guys.
So as I said, we're continuing looking to not only have Taekwondo as our base martial art, but other martial arts as well. And a Korean cousin to the martial art of Taekwondo is the martial art of Hapkido. So Hapkido literally translated means the art of coordinating power. So where you think about Taekwondo being longer and shorter range, kicking and punching, Hapkido is more joint locks and utilizing the force against an opponent, much like a martial art of Aikido would be, or even Japanese Jiu-Jitsu. So one of the elements that we do within our program is a flow drill. A key piece in the martial art of Hapkido is something called the water principle. So water flows, right? And so what you're going to see is a grab will be made, Master Teresa will do defense against it, Doug will resist, which will take her into the next movement, which she'll resist, which will take her to the next movement, and it'll go in a continuous flow. Okay?
Doesn't end well for me.
Doesn't end well for you, no. All right.
So these are advanced weapon drills. My best weapon are my hands and my hammer. I'm not hurting myself, I promise.
Very good. Face one, please. Correct. Come in. And face one another. Correct. Come in.
Yeah, oh, that was a stupid move.
I have the mic right now, just sitting here. So I've been talking a little bit about lineage with everyone and how I met them. I met Master Teresa years ago. You have to. There we go. She had just taken over leadership of the United Martial Arts Center, which is and I was at the time I was playing the role for the National Association of Professional Martial Artists as a regional director, so I was training a lot of school owners in the area, and it happened to be the beginning of December, and my wife at the time, also named Teresa, she and I were doing we were doing our holiday shopping day, which was a long day. You know, I'm not a retail guy, but I'm selling stuff all day, and we're just getting ready to close up the school, and I can finally go home and rest, and I see someone looking inside my window like this. And I'm like, oh my gosh, really? I mean, they couldn't come like an hour ago? It was Master Teresa. And we began speaking, and we really enjoyed our conversation. And so she was looking to get involved with other martial arts schools in the area, and we just really hit it off. And first, her folks, which included Master Kirk and Master Cherry, would come and integrate with us when we would do tournaments and testings and the like. And then there was a gentleman who would always come, a Korean master instructor, come to our black belt testings, and a good friend of mine, a really good man. And she called me up one day and she said, yeah, Master Kim would like me to join his organization. What do you think? And I was like, what about my organization? Right? So we met for lunch, and after that it was history. So what you need to know about Master Teresa is that she has this incredible, kind and loving heart, but also an incredible endowment of spirit. So she made reference before to being in her car accident, and quite honestly, I thought you could have milked that a little bit more, so I'm going to do that now. So, how many years ago was
it? 2014, years to do the math.
it? Okay, so we're going on 9 years, right? If my math is correct. And I heard that she'd gotten in this car accident, and called her up, are you okay? Oh, I'm fine. You know, she left the scene of the accident, whatever. And then Miss Linda Wicks called me up, who was working at her center at the time, and I was going to be teaching her later that night, and she said, you need to have a conversation with Teresa. There's something wrong. So I'm like, okay. So I went to see her, and she comes off the mat after teaching kickboxing class. She looks at me, and one eye is looking at me this way, and the other one is doing this. I said, you need to go see the doctor. And so what ended up happening as a result of that was a 2 or 3 year span where she had to literally reprogram her brain. She made reference to the hats and the sunglasses and the earmuffs. You know, one of the things the doctor told her is you want to avoid a lot of commotion and loud noises. What do we do here? It's what we do. So for 3 years, she fought valiantly to keep the school going. Master Loft eventually took over as a result, and thank you, sir, for doing that. But her indomitable spirit was incredible. She never gave up. And then we would teach self-defense classes together. And even though, we had, there was screaming and yelling going on, she would do it with her earmuffs on, right? Because what she was doing is she was making sure that the people that were involved were having the best experience of their lives and helping them transform. And now what she does, she gets, like I do, to speak all over the place and continue to inspire others. But I want to say, I just want to thank you for being in my life and all of our lives, because you are an inspiration. And the light that you bring is something this world needs, so continue to shine. Thank you. Okay, enough rest. Let's go. Third reform. Now, I'm going to just set this up a little bit because one of the things that they've been working on together, is collaborative efforts. And what we're going to see, for those of you that know this form, you're going to see a little creative version of this that works off of timing. So hopefully you'll appreciate the intricacies of what they're doing. This is a third degree Bible form called Yushin. Come here!
Let's go.
Yushin, ready position. Begin. Okay, power board breaking. Board hold is up.
They do. Sorry, good. Okay, good.
So what you're going to be seeing here is a progression of the turning back kick. So in station number 1, Ross, would you raise your hand? Station number 1, you're going to be seeing a basic turning back kick on one board. Then in station number 2, you're going to be seeing a step-in turning back kick on 2 boards. And then on station number 3, you're going to be seeing a step-in turning back kick, jump turning back kick on 3 boards.
Okay, we ready?
Sir.
All right. Ready? Come again.
No stops.
Ready to be. Ready.
Yes.
Go.
Yes, sir.
Ready? Go! Ready? Go! Ready? Go! Ready? Go! Ready? Go!
Come on, y'all.
Ready? Right. Step and jump back in. Brain injury, step and jump back. When you're ready. Come in. Very good. Here we go. Master Kirk. Drop some wisdom on it, sir.
Okay, so there are two kind of important things in my life that are actually part of it. Taekwondo has been there since I was 6 or 7 years old. But I think one of the other aspects to me that was so important that as I developed along with Taekwondo, during my second degree black belt test, which was the first in this system, one of the requirements was have 5 minutes of silence every single day. Which at the time, I did not see that as an important thing. And over time, it became more and more important to my life and it's who I am today. It led me to go to school in Ohio, where I went to a school called Franciscan University of Steubenville. And I ended up getting a degree in theology and catechetics because my faith became such a huge importance in my life. And it is still to this day. And I think one of the biggest things that Taekwondo has taught me, and I would say is the most important thing to me, is the indomitable spirit. Because it is a break that we keep going, and then we drive from that point, and we bring that from ourselves and bring that out to others. Part of the reason I went and did missionary work down in Easter year, taught in Catholic high school there, and then to this day I teach as a high school teacher teaching math. And so I think, yes, Taekwondo is an important part, but it's how we use it in the industry, but how we go out and how we give back and give all of that stuff to others and allow others to see the beauty that martial arts is. Thank you.
All right, face front. Put it. Come in.
Hillsong.
Very good. Face your paddles. Put it. Come in. All right. This is where we can really use your energy as they get going. There's going to be some advanced paddle kicking. There's going to be some advanced spin kicks and jump kicks, etc. And so let's start with back leg round kick, spin hook kick. Back leg round, spin hook. Go. Spin hook kick high, so middle, high, middle, high. Go! That's what we call the Nancy combination. Back leg round, spin hook kick, step in, jump, spin hook kick. So it's a middle, high, high. Ready, go. Okay, progression of back kicks with shields. Progression of back kicks. Hand holders, shields. Yes, sir. So what you're going to be seeing in this drill is a progression of back kick. Turning back kick, step in, jump, turning back, or step in, back kick, step in, jump, back kick, and then jump 360-degree, turning back kick. That's what we're doing, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to start on this side, and then as soon as Master Just is done, Master Hom will start on this side. All right? All right, here we go. Guarding stance. Go.
Now go. Now go. Step in, jump to 60. Go. Just jump to 60. Go. Go, back kick. Step in. Step in, jump. 360.
Face front. Come in. Thank you. Have a seat. Good. It's always an honor to be able to have your own son continue to train in martial arts. I have both of my boys do martial arts. My son Josh is here somewhere. Somewhere up there. Okay, there he is. There's Josh back there. Josh. There's a 3-degree black belt and Jason. And both of them grew up in the martial arts studio. In fact, for quite some time, I really, for quite some time, I was nervous that I had them there too often. And I wasn't at home at night like regular dads who work at 9 to 5. Because martial arts is basically 4 to 9, right? And one time I took them out to tea, and we were chatting about it, and I started to apologize
Is, I'm sorry, I'm so excited in the studio. I'm going to do some help. And I'm like, Dad, we got to see you all the time. You love being here. I love having you. One of the most challenging things is when you see your child in pain. And I purposely didn't mention this at the beginning of the testing because I didn't want him to be thinking about it. But on Wednesday morning, Jason couldn't get out of bed because he threw out his back training the day before. So for the last 2.5 days, there's been a flurry of chiropractic, Epsom salts, elbows in his gluteus maximus, massage therapy. But I knew that he'd be here. So if you saw him take a little lower when you start, and if you saw him grimace in pain when he was doing those back kicks, that's what was going on. But as we've been hearing and we've been talking about throughout the course of this morning, is it's not just about physical skill, although we all want to have physical skill, right? Being able to kick someone in the head and look pretty good doing it's a nice skill to have, don't you think? But it's about being human beings that live from a heart-centeredness, human beings who share from their heart and they go for their dreams. About 3 years ago, Jason and I were actually here. We were doing some filming. He has his own filming company now, and he was working for a company here in the Denver area, and he said, Dad, I'm thinking of going out on my own. I have my own business. And I said, I think that's a great idea, Jay. And I said, I'm thinking in my mind, 12 months from now would be probably a healthy thing to do. And this was a Sunday afternoon, and he says, I'm meeting with my boss on Wednesday to give my resignation. And what was so interesting about that is after I pulled my heart out from my throat and I started thinking about it, he was the exact same age I was when I left my corporate position and opened up Family Martial Arts Center. And if I would have had the help and support of his mom and all the people around here, that would have never come to fruition. I wouldn't probably be sitting here, and there's a good chance none of you would be here as well. So Jason is this amazing example of following his heart. If you haven't noticed already, there's just a bit of enthusiasm with him out here. He's always been that way. And it's absolutely infectious. And he does that not only to serve himself, but I know he does it to serve others. And to have a son that I know is following his dreams and is doing it in a way where he is making sure he's so positively impacting others makes me the proudest father in the world. I love you. All right, let's do support the reforms. Let's go. Young game, ready position. Begin. Come here. Kunge,
Gustafsson.
준비. Uruchi, ready position. Begin. So within the martial arts of ITF Taekwondo, which is the International Taekwondo Federation, there are 24 forms, which stand for 24 hours a day. It always made me chuckle and grimace when I was going through my testing because the powers that be, I think, made this form, which is the third of four fourth-degree black belt forms, one of the most difficult, which generally people have to do when they're dog tired, and they've been going through an hour and a half of testing. But be that as it may, they're still going to perform this, they're going to do it well.
Sir.
This is called Moon Moon Count. So, come in. Three. Moon Moon Count.
Moving on, sir.
Begin. Very good, Master Hunter. You're up.
Sir.
My martial arts journey has had different kinds of steps of joy and strength, steps of doubt, and steps of growth. I started in 1992 at the age of 33. My first instructor, I'll always remember, was Master Peter Emerson. Aside from being an exemplary martial artist and a teacher, Master Emerson had a certain presence, a way of filling his own space with confidence. Master Emerson, unfortunately, came up to school, moved on to old school with somebody else, and I haven't seen him since I was about 30 years later. I remember it's kind of impact. Shortly after he left, I did my first black belt test. It was pretty hard. There were 22 forms. I studied hard, trained hard. On testing day, I did my forms very well, mostly. Pattern Parang, and to the left, I might think about.
left, right. I hit my board rights. I hit 4 boards with a side kick, 4 with a back kick, 2 with an elbow strike. The back kick, that's plenty of it. When it came to sparring, I more or less got my butt kicked. I got my black belt. I was so proud. I wore my black belt. That is. But I thought, just. The next thing I said, I looked at those mistakes. There were so many mistakes. Did I really earn my black belt? Was I really a better martial artist today than I was the day before? I can't say there was any magic trick that made those belts go away, but they didn't. It was mostly just time. I took time wearing that black belt, living up to that black belt. After 2 months, my technique did improve enormously. I suddenly became a black belt. My confidence improved enormously. 2 years later, I was confident enough to test my second belt, and 3 years after that, for my third belt. And at the same time, I really enjoyed it on testing day. And the day after, I felt like I had messed everything up and was total failure. And over the next few months, I grew. It took 10 years to be ready for my fourth belt. This was partly because our school changed affiliations. We joined the next dancing school, and I had a whole new curriculum to learn and to teach, and to learn well enough to teach. And it was partly, let's be honest, mostly, because I didn't feel ready. I didn't feel like I could be to my students what Pete had been to me. Finally, the day did come, and of course, that same familiar pattern. I felt great on testing day, and the day after, I felt like it was.
I think it's still working.
You think it's still working? I just wasn't close. Sorry. I felt like an imposter. And in the months following, I began to grow into my role as a fourth. As a fourth one, having been through the common test, part of my role was to mentor political candidates through the testing process. So my job was to help them stay on top of their reps, to perfect their technique, and to keep their spirits. Now, sometimes what I see in this process is people who are not very confident, physically shrivel. I do that myself. I don't have a whole lot of physical size naturally, but when I feel less than confident, I give up what size I do have. And that helps me spot when one of my students is doing it. And I give them a very basic homework assignment. I tell them, go home and watch The Lion King. The reason for that, I wasn't even thinking about the story, is watching how Simba and Nala and the other lions hold their head up high, open up their shoulders, occupy their space in a very healthy, confident way. I want my students to move like lions. I want my students to move like my own instructor, Pete Emerson. So, it's going to start by another 10 years. I'm looking at the fifth time. Imagine that. A rank higher than Major Emerson was when he inspired me so many years. Can I do that? Well, to help myself do that, to help myself imagine that, I give myself the same homework assignment that I've given so many of my students. I watched The Lion King. This time I noticed the story. The story is about a lion who doesn't feel that he's worthy of the role that he's stepping into. But he steps into it anyway and becomes worthy of the process. So, tomorrow I'm going to doubt myself, of course I am. But over the next few months, I'm going to raise my head, relax my shoulders, open my chest, and we'll walk into fifth time like Pete Emerson on The Lion King.
So now Master Justice is going to be performing 2 fifth-degree black belt forms. The first one you're going to be seeing is called Sosan, and it is the longest form in the International Taekwondo Federation. 72 movements. Play! Come again.
Hillsong.
3. Sosan, ready position. if our Taekwondo grandparents served us in any way, they created the longest form, which is then followed by the shortest black belt form. And this is called Sejong. It has 24 movements, and it represents the 24 letters of the Korean alphabet. Kumi. Sejong, ready position. Begin. So after he goes hyperbolic in terms of cardiovascular, you can sit there and listen to me talk about that. So what's so great about being a martial arts instructor and having done this for as long as I have, and seeing all of the black belt students that then become instructors, that then become master instructors, is I get to know their stories. Get to know their stories. And I know that there are many of you that are in the room that are teachers in elementary school, middle school, high school, etc. And is this going out? Should I do this or that? No. You hear me? Okay. You should get to know your student stories, and you know the trials and tribulations they go through. You get to see them go through the most challenging of times, and then being able to blossom, and then just really expand themselves as human beings that are giving back to the community. So I met James Justice for the first time when I believe you were 13 years old. How old are you now?
41, sir.
Yeah, I'm 42. So James came in with his dad. I was just had begun my initial program before I opened up Family Martial Arts Center. I had started at my son's grade school, PPO Elementary, and James came in with his dad, who was in the Air Force, correct?
Sure.
And they had just transferred in town. And James came in a black tempo uniform, size 12 feet. His uniform, I think he got maybe 2 years before, and either the uniform shrunk or you grew. And his father explained to me that he and his wife, James' mom, had put James in the martial arts because his attention deficit disorder was so bad. They didn't know what they were going to do with him. And mom being a school teacher, that was a little tough, wasn't it? Yeah. Having that kid as my son, right? So, but what was interesting about James is he just kept showing up, and over the course of months and years, he became part of my top set of black belts. Beginning Bill Sabota and James, in fact, they did their black belt testing together in what year? 97? Kids, who was not born in 1997? There you go. Thank you very much. But what was so great about James is this amazing enthusiasm that he had, and this amazing ability to connect with people. Now, one of the things when you are a master instructor, you're training others to teach, you're always working this line, okay? So one of the things we always had to help James with, because he's such an affable person, and everyone just loves him, and he's extremely charismatic, but there was a difference between having fun and being funny. So one of the first times I had him out on the floor teaching, I stepped off and came on, and he had his hand out like this, and there were students like hanging on his arm. And I'm like, sir, that's not the way we're teaching our students here. But what happened is James became this amazing instructor as well as an amazing athlete. He was an American Athletic Union national forms champion. He was third in that national tournament in terms of sparring. He was also, for every test that I've ever taken since I've been here in Denver, he was my UK. So he would be there after classes, in the afternoons, letting me kick him, letting me throw him, letting me twist him around. And then he came to me one day, and he said, sir, I think there's something else for you to do. I think it's outside of martial arts. I've been loving martial arts my whole life, but I've talked with my wife, Paige, and I think I want to go into education. And so we went into the accelerated master's degree program.
got through that, started teaching in Cherry Creek schools. He's been there now 14 years, and just this summer he was named the head of K through 12 STEM program for all of Cherry Creek schools. So, coming from that 13-year-old with short pants and big feet and no attention span, to a man that I'm so proud of. He's an amazing husband, he's an amazing father, he's an amazing leader. And I knew when he came to me a year ago, when he and Jason surprised me at lunch, saying that they wanted to test, I knew that he was not only come here incredibly prepared, but also as an amazing leader. Sir, I just want you to know, Family Martial Arts Center, myself, and what has come from that would never been possible without your immense dedication and leadership. Thank you. Very good. All right, now we've got some creative performances. So, Master McGill, you're going to do a creative weapons form, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, very good. Do we need anything else other than have me introduce you and say you're going to do a creative weapons form?
Yes, sir.
Master McGill's going to do a creative weapon form. Assisted by Luke Jenkins and Doug Chapman.
Luke, don't hurt him.
Basics for number one. Basics for number one, sir. Begin.
Is he anyone special in your life? Who is he? Is he related to you at all?
This is my grandnephew.
Your grandnephew, very good. Now, I met Luke and his dad probably a month or two ago at the Costco right up the road, and I saw this young boy in a sitting stance practicing punches, and I thought, okay, he does martial arts. And then, do you remember that, Luke? Do you remember that? Yeah, just a little bit, right? And then I found out that he was going to be helping Master Hunter. So thanks so much, buddy. You're doing well. All right, thanks, sir.
Next thing we're going to do is we're going to look at a sequence of empty-hand versus knife discharge from the martial arts call. It's going to be feeding Mr. Chapman, and Mr. Chapman is going to be tight. So, Luke's first job is don't get in the face when the knife goes flying. His second job is to give Mr. Chapman a nice, okay?
next case is going to come up. Right? With Teresa. Oh, yes. Teresa is going to be up. Very good. That's Teresa. No, you come up. My mistake.
Walk-on music. One of my favorite things, it's like coffee time. We're back to teaching martial arts. Applicable defense moves. Why do I love it so much? Well, first of all, it's like you teach higher self-defense and master mastery. And how fun is that? What we don't realize in our cognitive is that oftentimes predators are looking for people who are unaware. A predator is usually somebody who needs to cause you harm, and they're going to try to close distance. Now, we're not all that stupid. A lot of people say, but I'll never run into a narcissist or sociopath. You don't know that for sure. It's not if, it's when. The difference, a lot of these predators, you might not know they're predators. They might be walking around with crutches. They might have a cane. I think often of Ted Bundy, who was someone who would carry his groceries to his car, and he would drop the groceries, and he'd have somebody come up and he would ask for help. So I'm going to walk you through a couple of things. So as I to help this kind, obviously unassuming gentleman, I close that distance where he can then cause damage. The most common punch from anybody who's never trained in martial arts is what we call hook punch with the haymaker. So I'm going to block it. Why? Because I got to freaking protect my brain against all of it. So I'm going to block it. Now in that, most of us feel like, this is scary, get away. No, I'm going to close distance. Why? I'm actually stronger up here. I'm actually stronger in the position that I can rotate him around. I'm going to make you do my laundry. And the other thing that we have going for us is having the idea of leverage, which means two pieces or parts cross each other. This is literally a mic drop. I'm going to use my leverage here, hold this. So, how about we see that full speed? What it might look like. Another mic drop. I love coffee. Someone that we know. And completed sexual assaults, 91% of them are someone that you know intimately or you are acquainted by. So, how do they close their distance? Because I have a safe distance and I have a not so safe distance. How will they close the distance on this? I don't know. Let's see what happens.
Oh, hey, you're Teresa, right? We met at that party a couple weeks ago, I think.
Was it a Halloween party?
It probably was.
Oh, yeah, I was there.
Yeah, there's a big party I want to take you to.
No, I'm good. First thing I'm going to do, Reese, is use my voice. I'm also putting my hand up. Everybody put your hand up. Nice. Professionals already. Now, because he's close distance, that me, I'm going to get out of this by crossing and pulling back. I'm also going to put my hands up because I want to protect myself. Excellent work there, Luke. I like this. I put my hands up, but let's say he will not be deterred. And he's going to throw that punch again.
Who do you think you are?
Oh, I need someone to block it. That might work. Or you might be able to block it with your arm. All things good, you want to be able to do that. Now, the next thing that happens, he's going to grab me with a curved face. And again, I don't want to pull away. In defense, we want to run away because it's just a natural brain, right? Like we will freeze or we will flee or we want to fight. So instead, I'm going to close that and I'm going to grab my mic and I'm going to wrap him up just like this. Now, for most women, our least favorite part of our body, hips, butts, guts, and thighs, but guess what, y'all? That's the powerhouse. So I'm going to use my powerhouse. Step back. Boom! Now, I'm going to actually use the to me again. 2 positions going in opposite directions. Don't correct me, your physicist. So I'm going to go here. Stop. You need to leave me alone, man. Now, let's say that guy will also not turn as a weapon. I'm going to call it out. Hey, it's a weapon. I see the weapon. I am going to then pretend like I am complying, because there might be a chance that you stab me in the neck. So I'm going to control the weapon with my hand right here. And now I'm going to wait for a chance, because there's going to be one. There always is one. Hey, no, man, I'll do what you want. I'll do what you want. Now, they didn't have a microphone. I'm so handed up. Why? Because I can then control the weapon, move it to the best, most vulnerable target areas, head or eyes, and groin. Nice. And then, my favorite. We're going to see that close to you. How you doing?
So Master Jason is going to begin his speech now, but he asked me to share the story, which I'm extremely proud to share. So, you know those times in your life when the angels are here? When those times in your life when you see your kids struggle and it's incredibly difficult to observe? So, one of the things that many people don't know about Jason is that very early in his life, when he was a toddler, he had a series of ear infections. And as a result of those ear infections, his hearing was dramatically impacted. And as a result of that, it delayed his speech. So literally, when Jason was 2 years old, his mom and I would teach him sign language because he would want to speak and the words wouldn't come out. Now, he eventually, if you ever have a conversation with him, he eventually overcame that. But one of the things that really dogged him, particularly during his teenage years, was stuttering. And for many years, Jason would try to articulate something, he'd try to speak, and he'd get caught on a word. And I remember sitting there as a father and just watching him and seeing him struggle to see the words come out and feeling so helpless that I wasn't able to help my son. It impacted him so much that when he worked at Family Martial Arts Center, he always just wanted to work at the front desk. And he didn't want to teach any of the kids. And I knew by nature he'd be a great instructor, but he always declined, and I never knew why. But then later on, I found out that he didn't want to teach the kids because he didn't want to embarrass himself, being able to, be stuck on words in front of a 5-year-old student. Well, one thing led to another, and Jason was getting ready at about 16 or 17 to test for his senior 3rd-degree black belt. And we were training very hard. Luke Grant, where's Luke? Luke was part of that group, and Ricky Urso. And so each one of them were instructed to do a parade form. And Jason came to me about a week or 2 before. He said, "Dad, I think I have a much better idea than doing a parade form." And so what's that? He goes, "I'd like to give a speech." Now, back in the day, we had literally hundreds of people fill up Eagle Crest Gym. And the first thing upon hearing that is my heart absolutely sank. Because I wanted to be successful, but I also didn't want to see him in pain in front of the group. Well, the day of the test came, he and Luke and their other testing partner, Rick Urso, did a fantastic job. And now it's time for me to hand him the microphone. And I have to admit, I was shaking a little bit. But he took the microphone from me, and he gave the best speech ever. And never stuttered. After that, the stuttering basically went away. And then he went off to college, and 4 years after that, I sat proudly in the audience as he was chosen by his graduating class to deliver the commencement speech, once again without a stutter. So, this big long windup that I have to him now speaking is to share with all of you is that we all have issues in front of us that we have to face. We all have that thing that we have to move through. And part of it it's not about coming through looking great. It's not coming about, winning every time. It's about making the effort to do it so that you can overcome those things in your life that have dogged you for so long. And with that, I yield the microphone.
I think that was a pretty great introduction. I'm going to say, you did a good job. I wanted to give a speech here because it's a historical moment for me. I could come out here and do some kicks and punches, but that wouldn't challenge me as much as this would. So go ahead and just play that background music for me, Nick. As I thought about what I was going to be doing today, can you lower that a little bit for me? I really wanted to think about how do you sum up 30 years of training and practice in 5-10 minutes? How do you do that? How do I tie a bow around something that has been such a big impact in my life? Martial arts is a birthmark for me. It's always been there. It's what it is. I can't explain it. I joke with people, I came out of my mom with flying cycling. I mean, I started when I was 4 years old, so 30 plus years. So what's one story that I can tell? I'm a storyteller, filmmaker, photographer. What's one story? Well, I don't have one, but there's no way to sum it all up. But I wanted to talk to you about kind of the things that I learned along the way, particularly recently. I mean, Taekwondo is too big for that to sum up in one story. So what's becoming really present to me, particularly recently, is that mastery isn't about perfection. Right? It's about being real. It's about being vulnerable. So I want to be real with you today. Is that okay? Let's be real. Martial arts, Taekwondo has been a lighthouse for me. I mean, it's been my anchor. Every step of the way, I have so many memories, so many people, so many stories that I look out at the crowd here, and so many of those people are in the integral part of those stories. So many wonderful memories, such joy. I mean, some of my longest and deepest relationships have come out of Taekwondo. It's just a fact. But to be real with you, it's also been really hard. It's been very hard. There have been times when I felt like I had a standard to live up to, a name to live up to on this belt, a pedestal that I would put myself on. Pressure that I put on myself. I've been surrounded by so many loving people. But there was this feeling like, I gotta be better. I gotta be better. I'm not good enough. And so, pressure to be the perfect man, to be a perfect leader, the perfect son, the perfect brother and friend, perfect storyteller. But hey, history, it's not what it's about. So, as I say goodbye on this journey, as I close this chapter, the longest chapter of my life so far, it's clear to me that behind every positive affirmation, every positive thinking, every pure martial arts principle, there's emotional truth that needs to be moved. There's feelings. There's heavy ones. There's light ones, there's dark ones. We all have that inside of us. And so, leading into those emotions in the moment, surrendering to them, surrendering to that doubt, to that pressure, to that fear. It's like, am I good enough? Letting yourself feel that in order to move through it is really what I want from all of you. Because that takes a certain type of mastery. To come down to your knees and surrender and say, I don't know what to do right now. To open your heart enough for someone to see it. to say, hey, I work here. Opening yourself up to other people, being really real with that is mastery. That's mastery. So if I could offer you anything, I would say that I am not a master of that. I still have a lot of work to do with that. So if I could offer you anything, as I say to everybody here, it's give yourself permission to just feel it. Just let it go. Be messy. Open your heart up to the people. Because that's how we tap into the master inside of all of us. I just want to say too, I'm incredibly grateful to all of you. I'm incredibly honored to have been on this journey with a lot of you. And there's certain special people that I want to acknowledge. I wouldn't be standing up here today if it wasn't for my incredible partner, Sophia. I love you. She's up there. She showed me what it really truly means to open yourself up to somebody. And I want to thank you. I told James I was going to try to save this in the end, but none of these people would be here today without you. And 50 years ago, back when everything was black and white, and they were keeping normal you if you decided to start that. Look at the legacy here. And it's all here. Look at the neighbors. Some of my brothers and sisters and I see a lot of old FMC people out here, which is crazy, a lot of joy. I want to thank my brother from another mother, Luke Brandt. He started Taekwondo around the same time when he was 6 years old, 5 or 6 years old, and he's still here. And he has more picture than me. I've always been jealous. And my brother, who's up there, he has more facial hair than Luke, and Luke is jealous. Josh, always said I love you. James Justice, I want to tell you that the only reason I agreed to do this is because you wanted to do it with me. I always wanted to be like you. And now I get to be your peer. And I love you. I just want to tell you, your dad, I'm so proud of you. So, I want to close with the next time you feel like you're struggling and you don't know what to do. Just open your heart. Just feel it. You'll get through it. You'll be stronger because of it. You'll feel closer to someone else because of that. Thank you. Master Justice, I'm sorry to follow that speech.
Yeah, you have to follow the speech.
I do. For this creative form, Master Justice will be walking through his martial arts journey, which began at the age of 5. James was a young boy diagnosed with ADHD and full of energy. In an effort to curb some of this energy, he was enrolled in Kyokushin Karate, a very traditional and hard-style karate. James ties on his very first white belt. After a short time, James Stanley moved to San Jose, and James begins a new style of karate, Kempo, and ties on another new white belt. Again, James Stanley moves, this time to Denver, and once again, James starts over doing Shotokan Karate. After talking out of turn, James, a young boy at 12, is brought up in front of the class and made to spar full contact with the master instructor. James officially quits martial arts. This lasts for a few weeks, until James' father signs him up for a taekwondo program at the elementary school near his house. James is hesitant about starting over, but is introduced to Master Matsky and is welcomed into the program as a green belt. The school moves to its permanent location, Smoky Hill in Chambers. Shortly after, James Justice and Bill Sabota test for their first time. James becomes Mr. Justice. The flying sidekick picture is snapped. Mr. Justice is invited to begin teaching. Mr. Justice continues training and achieves second dan. Mr. Justice takes on a greater role in teaching and achieves third dan. Begins training for USTU in the AU fighting forms competitions. Mr. Justice becomes Master Justice. Master Justice and his father travel to Florida to compete in the AAU Nationals. He wins. Master Justice takes over as head instructor at the MAC and begins to train the next age of instructors and tests for fourth dan. Master Justice travels with Grandmaster Matsky and Master Matsky to take part in the ultimate black belt test. One of our favorite memories is the firewalk. Master Justice marries Paige, his wife and lifelong supporter. Master Justice decides to go into teaching full-time, teaching 3rd grade, 5th grade, and STEM. Master Justice becomes Mr. Justice again. Mr. Justice and his wife Paige adopt their 2 amazing children, Preston and Camille. They are 7 months and 9 months old when they come home. James continues to be part of the martial arts community, helping with testings and other events. James loses his best friend, his father, to cancer. James reconnects with Grandmaster Matsky, Jason Matsky, and other master instructors during Master Turnquist's test. An idea is hatched, and training begins. Throughout the past year, James becomes Master Justice once again, and decides to test for his 6th degree black belt.
All right, enough talking. Should we end this action? Here we go. So it's advanced board breaking. All right, so board holders, let's come on out. Let's finish in the big way.
So Ross, you told me not to do regular board, not demo board. Let's ask him, what's the regular board? Yeah, are you doing regular board?
We're doing regular board
Okay,
services.
okay, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. Ryan, would you support?
Just put your arms around.
Mr. Terry, would you do that?
Right.
There you go. Okay, Jason, you gonna announce this
Yes,
first?
sir.
Now just enjoy. For my final board break, I'm doing a 4-station board break. Spinning hooky, suspended, blindfold, followed by a flying side kick here. Then a fancy Chimpanzee ridge hand, 3 boards, Chimpanzee, and then a jump split kick here. With your permission, I'm leaving it.
There we go. Have another holder. Have another holder. Sure.
Came all the way from the courthouse. Luke, I love you. Love you too.
All right, for my break, I'm going to do 4 of my favorite kicks that I ever did coming up to martial arts. So I'm going to do a blindfolded suspended hook kick, jump axe kick, flying side kick, and then a jump front kick. There we go. Yeah. I got it.
Good. Chungye. Okay, good breaking. No, they got it. They got it. Let them do it. They know what to do. I told them
So what we're going to be doing for our final performance of the day, both Master Jason and Master James Justice are going to be doing 3 consecutive brick breaks in a continuous fashion. So they'll be doing 1 break, go immediately to the second station with 2 bricks, go immediately to the third station with 3 bricks. So continuous between each station.
Very good. When you're ready.
Ready, sir?
Sir.
Chore!
Chungye.
Hillsong.
When you're ready, sir.
All right, here's what I'd like. Candidates, line up, please. And I'd like to ask at this moment that any of your friends and or family members that you'd like to have stand behind you, have them come up at this stage.
Can't stand behind you.
Does anyone want
Girls, you're gonna. Good if
Okay, everyone. So, we've already done a lot of talking and crying and laughing this morning, so we're going to make this relatively short. But I just want to, again, I want to acknowledge all of the candidates that were here. I mean, there are so many of you I know in this room that have been impacted by them, and there are many more that are outside that aren't here, each one of these individuals. Thanks. You have been impacted as well. And so I'm just so honored to be awarding this rank at this time. Now, it's kind of funny, Master Victoria reminded me, she used to do this job for me when she was like a teenager, when pulled the mic for me, so she used to reprise the role here, so like, you know, she's 50 degree black belt, right? All right, very good. So, Master, I'm going to come up and take off your ring. Ladies and gentlemen, Master Terry Hummel, 5th Dan. Ladies and gentlemen, Master Kirk McGill, 5th Dan.
It's so many stripes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Master Teresa Byrne, 5th Dan.
Ladies and gentlemen, Master Jason Natsky, 5th Dan. Time!
I don't award many of these.
Ladies and gentlemen, Master James Justice, 6th Dan. Time!
So you know I say this every black belt test meeting.
But I want you to look at your belts. There's all nice stripes on there. But you also have your school names on those belts. Which means that each time you go out into the world, what we're doing is we're representing our schools, our organizations. Because someone should know there's something unique about you. You know this. Just because you're a black belt. Because you're committed to making the world a better place. Come in! What's our goal?